All right, online English 12ers. This is the last video from me. I bet you'll be glad. I'm releasing it early because a lot of you have reached out, shown up, freaking out about the final. So I'm going to talk about the stuff that's on the final real quickly here. And also my in-person class is doing projects worth 50 points. I wasn't going to have you required to do the projects because they require poster board art, that kind of stuff. But some of you have reached out saying you would like the chance to do it. So it's optional. I'll put 50 points in Skyward, and if you don't do the project, that's okay. I'll just leave it in asterisks. If you want to do the project, go ahead. They're due by Tuesday of next week. And there's a whole bunch of different choices, posters, collages, trailers, things like that. I look kind of beat. I want you to know, I woke up this morning and there was I have a dog hair in my eye, and it's super irritated. I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but I can barely see out of this eye. Old people problems. Actually, that's anybody problem. Okay, so that's the deal with the project. I hope you watch this video so you understand. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, go ahead, but you're on your own for the supplies and things like that. And then you'll just have to physically turn it into me. All right. The test, the final, yes, it's a legit final. It's 200 points, 100 questions. It's comprehensive over the entire semester. So you should have had notes. All of the tests for the literature were open note. And so that will help you if you had them. If you end up in college, just because someone doesn't collect the notes doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking them. You're 3 times more likely to remember stuff when you write it down because you have to read it, paraphrase it in your mind, and then you write it. And so it's kind of in there. All right. So everything we read is on the test. And the units were thematic. The first one I'm reading off my list was called Chasing Success. So every single story was connected to chasing success in some way. A lot of it had to do with education. We started with Marita's Bargain, talking all about the KIPP Academy. I think I even found a video of the actual academy, and it should be maybe in D2L. I opened up everything so you could look at it. And then there was a close read called Kiwana's Ambition. That is another educational program called One Goal, and it's for college-age kids who kind of are behind the 8 ball as far as opportunity go. And then we listened to Don't Eat Fortune's Cookie, which was a graduation speech to Princeton grads, and it was about a warning not to feel privileged just because you're a graduate from Princeton. In other words, don't eat the cookie that Fortune gave you like you deserve it, because you might be misvalued. And then Next Term Will Mash You was a close read about a kid whose parents are looking for a private school for him. They are the ones chasing success for the kid. The kid is scared to death, has a panic attack at the school when they tell him, basically, we're going to kick your ass when you come to the school, which is will mash you, means kick your butt. The Secret to Raising Smart Kids was about growth mindset, which I really like. It's kind of the new cutting edge thing. Basically, the idea behind that is instead of saying, I can't do it or I suck at this, you say, I can't do it yet. It's some grit, determination. It's the way you look at things and changing it from, closed-minded to open-minded. Where else? Let's see. Then A Walk to the Jetty was one of my favorites. You did the 6-word story with that and a journal on how you feel about leaving home someday. That was about Annie. Her parents were sending her off to England to become a nurse. And then the play Isle, which was pretty entertaining. Captain Keeney. He's the only one in the story chasing success, which is Isle or oil, whale oil. He does not want to turn his ship around, and then his wife goes berserk, asking him, for the love of God, take me home. He says he will, and then he changes his mind when they spot whales, and it's based on a true story. So those were all the things in Chasing Success. The second unit was called Gender Roles, so it was all connected to men and women and gender roles. And we started with The Wife of Bath, that by Chaucer, and that was the story that told us what women want in a relationship. The knight who raped the girl, he was supposed to die, but he got a second chance if he could tell the queen what women wanted in a relationship. And then The Partner's Tale was also part of Canterbury Tales. That one really isn't related to gender roles. It's just a famous tale that Chaucer wrote. And that was a story about three guys trying to kill death. It was pretty humorous, and there's a lot of irony in that story. Malam Sile was a story about a little tiny guy in Africa who married Abiba, a giant lady. So the roles were reversed a little bit, a lot. And there's a bully in town, Samadou, and he picks on everyone until Abiba kicks his butt. And then Pink Think was a close read, and that's your typical feminist viewpoint on how women are held to certain stereotypes. And then My Father's Sadness was kind of the reverse of that. That was a story about a guy from Tennessee who was poor and that ended up getting a scholarship to a good college. And then the women there said that, he was a piece of garbage basically because he was a man and was keeping them down when he didn't agree with that, because where he was from, women had it better than men did in his opinion. Then The Vindication of the Rights of Women. It's a famous piece by Mary Wollstonecraft. Very, very tough read. You took a quiz on that. And that's about long, long time ago. Women were not able to learn the same things as men in school. Women learned how to entertain, sing, dance, draw, but not about history and math and things like that. So she was trying to make that change so that women would be equals with their partners, better wives. And then there was Saudi Women Take the Wheel. That was about a protest in Saudi Arabia. You watched a video and read an article and compared the two. They decided to all drive on the same day as a protest, and they did earn the right to drive finally. And then I think that's it. Yes. Okay. And so, there was a poem, My Father's Sadness, was a point of view of a single dad, from the viewpoint of the child and feeling sorry for the father. All right, and then we spent a lot of time on Hamlet, and I did a lot of videos on that, so maybe you could just rewatch those if you're confused, or read summaries. And then we just finished Fahrenheit 451, which is a dystopian novel about the future, predicting a lot of things that seem to be coming true. And it's a world where books are banned or burned because they're offensive, and we don't want to offend anyone. All right, that's a quick rundown of all that stuff. And you can need to come in person to take the final. You could take a paper final, or you can take it online. I have that ready to go. We just want test security, so we can put Go Guardian and make sure that you are honestly taking the test. I know most of you are honest kids, but some people have been using AI like there's no tomorrow. So, and we want the final to mean something. So if you pass this final and do a good job, you should be really proud of yourselves. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.